Always announce it here first, my road dates, because you guys are my engaged listeners, and that's what makes sense. And you're going to come see me in the next couple of weeks. I am in Vegas July 15th at the brand new Virgin Hotel, July 16th at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona, and then in Boulder, Colorado on the 17th at the Boulder Theater. The following week, or actually the following few days later, July 20th, I'm in Portland at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. I haven't been to Portland in a minute. I love you guys. You're always asking me to come. I'm there. Tell a friend as well. If you hear this city, tell your friend. They don't want to miss me, I promise you. Seattle, Washington on July 21st, the Paramount Theater. The Vogue Theater in Vancouver, my first ever Canadian solo date on July 22nd. I'll be in Canada a few months from now, again in Hamilton and Toronto in October. And then there's a bunch of new dates that were just announced for the fall. Really quickly, it's Richmond, Virginia, Hershey, PA, Knoxville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Birmingham, Louisville, Evansville, Jacksonville, Tampa, Orlando, Sacramento, San Jose, and Santa Rosa. Those are all on sale right now, and they're all not coming until the fall, so you can get those tickets right away. They're the good tickets, and I'll see you guys in July. I appreciate you guys. Come laugh. And I'm just vamping because Joe's going to do his dates next, and we might cut out of this and cut into it. Oh, all right, so then there was no reason for me to vamp? Okay, so then there was no reason for you to listen to the last 20 seconds of this.
Hey, baby, go to chrisdcomedy.com. I am in Montreal at the end of July. I am in Burlington, Vermont, and I got Brea Improv in August, and we got San Francisco in September, and we got Chicago Theater in September. We got more dates coming soon, but Montreal and Vermont, on sale now, July 27th and 29th. chrisdcomedy.com for ticket wikis. Also, my special, Special Weshy, out on Netflix.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe.
In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciagas, trying to figure out the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck way too much. I'ma need like, hey, babe, in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down. I don't know the rest of it. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
How you
What the
doing?
hell was that?
I don't know. I hear it all the time now.
Oh, that's the one from Lizzo, my girl Lizzo.
Yes.
Who we tried those Lizzo thong. Remember the thongs? The Lizzo with her ass out?
Yeah.
The assless pants?
Yeah.
We were trying to order them.
Oh,
we
yeah.
were going to do an episode of Hey
Oh,
Babe
yeah,
in them,
no,
and
no,
we
no
can't
dice.
get them.
No,
Cannot get them
wow.
anywhere.
At the game,
At
baby.
the Gizame.
Woo!
Lizzo, baby.
I'm
There
gonna
it
need
is.
like 2 shots in my cup.
I'm going to need like 2 shots in my cup.
I'm gonna need like, hey, baby, my cup. In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up.
Dude, are you
Feeling
doing
fussy, my Balenciagas,
Say
trying to get
the
the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck way
Hey,
too
this,
much. I'm gonna need like, hey, baby, my cup.
Are you going to go anywhere on summer vacay?
So, no.
You're not a summer vacation
I
guy.
wanted
You're
to.
a winter vacation
I know
guy.
what I like to do. I like to rent a little. I like to do a getaway up in the mountains, up in the lakes. I like to rent a Airbnb for a week in the summer.
Okay.
But I mean, when I was little, I never went on vacation until I was 18 years old. When I was little, I always thought in my head, you go on a vacation in the summer, and then people would tell me, you're lunatic. It's hot here in the summer. You stay here in the summer. You go on vacation in the winter.
See, I'm a winter chaser. I want to chase fall and winter. So I want to go see cities in Europe, let's say, in the fall and winter. I don't want to see them in the summer. I don't give a rat's ass about Italy in the summer.
Right.
I don't care about Italy in the summer.
You don't care about Italy.
I want Italy in the fall and winter.
Okay.
I would give my left fucking nut
Okay.
to go see Germany in the winter. Who gives
So why don't you
shit
do that?
about summer Germany?
So then when you prompt me about summer vacay, isn't that what you mean though? Then why you? Because people get away to go to warm. So the theory is, why are you leaving here in the summer when it's already warm to go to warm?
I'll go to Australia in their winter. I'll go to Australia for July and August.
I went to Australia I went in November. No, listen, I would love to go away, but I'm too busy. I'm too busy-roo.
You're busy-roo. You're a busybody.
Yeah.
Some people are busy bees. You're a busy-roo.
Yeah.
You're a kangaroo of busyness. I think what I'm going to do this year. See, last year, I said this December, 2022, I'm going to go to a German Christmas market for Christmas. Instead, I booked a tour in the South, in Charleston, South Carolina, and North Carolina.
Yes.
I'm going to be in North Carolina and South Carolina in December. But I'm thinking, just for a few days, maybe even after Christmas, maybe even that time, that funny little time, from December 26th to January 1st, I think maybe then I'll go.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'll watch them taking the Christmas markets down.
Ooh, I can't go anywhere in December.
Why not?
Because I refuse to miss the December to Remember sales event.
You won't do it.
I won't do it.
Doesn't the December to Remember sales event go internationally at this point?
Pimp?
Is December?
Whoa, what is that? I want to go there.
That's a Rottenberg Christmas Village?
What
the
is
one
that
top
right
left?
there? What is that?
One?
Bottom left.
Bottom left?
What is that?
Thuringia. Festive Christmas markets.
Oh, my God.
Berlin, Frankfurt, or Munich. These are the Christmas villages, man. I want to go on a Christmas village tour.
That's what I want to do. I'll do it together. Let's do it.
You want to do a Christmas village tour?
I want to do it. I really want to do it.
But American Christmas villages, you want to go to Germany. That's where they invented Christmas.
No, I want to go to the Alps or whatever. I want to go to where it looks like a snow globe. I talked to you about this.
Yeah.
I want to go where it looks like a painting.
Dude,
an old what's that guy's name? From the morning.
Vincent Van Gogh?
No, like from he painted all the he captured like Americana.
Bob Ross?
Americana, no.
Monet?
The Saturday Morning Post. Come on, baby, you know
Peter
it.
Vesey?
No, you know this guy. Big time guy.
He's a
big time
painter?
guy. He's a painter. He did all the covers of the Saturday Morning Post, I think it's called. Come on. You got Rockwell, Norman Rockwell. I want to go to where it looks like a straight up Christmas Norman Rockwell. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. So, also what I think we need to do is we need to just go on literally, this got to be spur of the moment. What I want to do is a spur of the moment vacation. Just me and you. Like, I'm talking about we're sitting here. It's, let's say, mid-January. We're sitting here. We got a free weekend. You all of a sudden have a free weekend. I all of a sudden have a free weekend. Book an immediate trip to Iceland. We go right to Reykjavik. We go see the Northern Lights. I'm talking about, you can't think about it. I want to do a thing where I call you. I say, Sal, I'm downstairs. You got 20 minutes to pack. Get in the
Wow, that's living life.
Isn't that fun?
But nobody does that.
Nobody does it, but you got to do it at least
I
once in a
know,
while.
but I can't. But you can't. How can you do it if you don't have
got
off?
kids, you got a family, you got a
do
whole
it.
thing.
You can't do it. Wow, look at that. Is that it?
That's Iceland, baby.
You think that's a filter? Or you think it looks like that?
No. I think that it looks like that. There's certain places that you go that it looks like that.
Wow, I would love to see it. If the North Pole existed, right? Would you be fascinated?
If the North Pole existed.
Well, Santa's.
Of course it does.
Santa's.
And Santa's real.
Yeah. Okay. So would you, if you had the chance, would you go up to the North Pole and like vacation there, and or check out the factory, like the North Pole, like the Santa's stuff? And would you, like, if they had internships or something, would you do that? I think that I would give up a month of my life to go work at the pole.
I would do it. I'd work at the pole.
Yeah, right.
I'd work.
If that, and work with Santa.
Yeah.
And the elves. I would do that shit.
You know what I do?
I bet you there'd be a waiting list for that you can never get into it.
You can never get on. I'd work at like the city MD. I'd be like the physical therapist in the North Pole.
You go look for. Oh,
I'd help out any injured elf.
Yeah.
I'd help because I used to be a pediatric physical therapist, so I know how to work on little body parts. I know how to stretch them out.
If nobody was looking, and you know that the elf wouldn't get hurt, would you kick an elf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that's.
No one's looking, and the elf doesn't get hurt.
Because
those are two big things.
I heard that's really the only true way to stop hiccups is to kick an elf down the stairs.
Is that right?
Yep, that's the only way. A lot of people say if you got the hiccups, you find an elf, you kick him down the stairs, and your hiccups stop. Same way to stop an itch in the back of the throat. You know Mike Cannon, good friend of the show, Mike Cannon, told me 2 days ago that he's had an itch in the back of his throat that he has not been able to scratch for 3 weeks. I was like, how are you even living? He was like, I'm getting to the point I'm getting violently depressed. I was like, yeah, dude. He goes, literally for the last 21 days, every second of my waking life.
Oh no.
The back of my throat is itchy.
No.
He goes, I've taken Claritin, I've done everything.
I would literally stick a knife back there.
Well, he said he had his little 3-year-old put his little 3-year-old hand in the back and try to itch his throat, and instead he just vomited all over him.
No.
Yeah. Mike has no gag reflex.
Hey, Mike, call me. What causes an itch?
In the back of the throat?
No, but sure.
Oh, you're saying what causes an itch?
No idea, right? Do we know that?
Holy
Do we not know
shit.
what causes an
Pimp,
itch?
let's find out what causes an itch.
For Mike Cannon, it's blunts, definitely.
Mike Cannon, it's blunts.
Yeah, what causes an itch?
Well, that scratches his itch. What causes it? No, not even the back of the throat. Oh, but let's do back to the throat.
And why does scratching it make it feel better? I don't know what an itch is. How about that? I don't really know what it is.
It's got to be some type of neural sensation that's like hyper excitable.
Right?
What causes just an itch, Pimp? Not back of the throat. Get back of the throat out.
Let's get into some deep.
That's for Hey
itch.
Babe After Dark. No, but what is the science
What
of an
is
itch?
an itch? That's what it is. And why is it called an itch, by the way? Itch does sound like half of a word.
It sounds like you like a bitch without the B.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pim. I'll stay here.
I'm trying to keep you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Itchy skin. But what is an actual itch?
What
There
is
it
an
is.
itch and why does it move?
What is an itch?
Receptors
The nerve cells.
on specialized nerve cells translate that alarm message into itch. Then specialized nerve fibers speed the itch signal to the spinal cord to propel it onward to the brain. The brain instantly deploys fingernails back to the itch site where the friction from nails on skin unseats the invader.
So you have an invader on your cells, and then you scratch it, and the invader falls off your cells.
When you take your fingernails and scratch the surface of your skin, you're temporarily damaging the receptors which cause your brain to send pain-relieving chemicals to the area. One such natural chemical is serotonin. But so it's nerve. But why is it happening? Why?
It's saying because you damage your receptors.
You damage the receptors in your skin.
How? When? How? So if I have an itch
But
on my
I mean,
back,
I don't know. Like
that
you know,
sounds like malarkey.
well, like I told you what dancing is. I told you this once on an
The
episode.
body doesn't know.
It doesn't know what to do. It gets so overstimulated it just starts to dance. The nerves are acting wacky. That's the scientific synopsis there.
Check this out. Scratching doesn't make the itch go away. In fact, over the long run, it can make people even more sensitive to itchy sensations. Repeated damage to the skin makes it grow thicker and sprout even more itch nerves.
That's what they say. Don't like if you itch like a mosquito bite. I guess it spreads. It makes the
right,
itch worse.
Right.
Yeah, itching. What sensation do you think like would make you want to commit suicide the quickest? Like if you couldn't get rid of it, would it be an itch? Would it be a sore throat? Would it?
Oh,
be,
I hate a sore throat.
Would it be a twitchy eye? Would it be a sneeze you can't get out? Would it be a swollen taste bud? Would it be a nagging cough? You have to deal with this for 15 years, let's say. Which one?
A sore throat.
You take the sore throat for 15 years, or you kill yourself?
Off. I couldn't do it.
Off with your head, which would get rid of
I
your
couldn't
throat.
do it at all. One time when I was in kindergarten, this girl started sneezing. Maybe first grade, something. She started sneezing, and then she didn't stop.
She wouldn't stop sneezing.
She couldn't stop. I couldn't believe it. She didn't stop. She was sneezing. She kept sneezing. She kept sneezing. The teacher was like, okay. The teacher was like, are you okay? She kept sneezing. They went and got someone. They came up. She kept sneezing. She kept sneezing. They took her out. She was sneezing. They called her parents. Her parents came and got her. She was sneezing. She left sneezing. I watched.
Did you ever see her again?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I want to make sure she's still not
She
sneezing.
didn't die, but I never see anything like it. You know when you sneeze like 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row?
Yeah.
She did that for like 1 hour. Could you imagine?
No.
You imagine?
How does she breathe?
I don't know. Also, doesn't your heart stop when you sneeze, or is that a fabe?
I don't know. You know, they say like an angel. If an angel's crossing over while you sneeze, your heart can stop or something like that.
I thought when you sneeze, everything stops. When you sneeze, the
intrathoracic pressure
in your body momentarily increases. This will decrease the blood flow back to the heart. The heart compensates for this by changing its regular heartbeat momentarily to adjust. However, the electrical activity of the heart does not stop during the sneeze. Do you know that there's electrical? You probably know that because you're a physical
that
therapist.
there's electricity in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's very interesting, like electricity, like the discovery of electricity, like with Ben Franklin and Thomas Edison, all that. Like we've had electricity in our bodies since we were Neanderthals.
Right,
probably.
right.
So it's like, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild that like electricity is like something from like the gods of the universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know twins? I was watching this thing about twins. Do you know like there's like things that they don't understand about like not fraternal twins, identical twins. Like identical twins. They believe that it's like two souls, one body. Like whatever, you know, when you say soul, science can't really explain that yet. But there's this phenomenon that happens with twins. Like there were these two twins that were separated at birth. And they lived like 100 miles away from each other. But when they met up, when they were like in their 60s, they had the same color car. They had the dog. They named their dog the same thing. They vacationed on the same 3-mile stretch of land. They wives, I think, had the same name with the same hairstyle. They named their children the same. It's like nuts. Like Google twins both name their dog Toy. Twins that both name their dog Toy.
Oh, and then go back to this article because that was interesting.
Jim Lewis had a brother Larry and a dog called Toy. So scroll down a little bit. I don't know if this might be it. These are the guys. Identical twin brothers were separated at birth. You can win 1 in 5 $100 gift vouchers with this ad that just popped up. Okay. At 3 weeks, their adoptive parents called their new sons James or Jim for short. Jim Lewis had a brother Larry and a dog called Toy. Wait, hold on. Okay. Jim and Larry were brothers, identical twin brothers that were separated at birth. Okay. Jim had a dog named Toy. Larry had a dog named Toy. Wow. Jim enjoyed math and woodwork, but had a strong dislike for spelling. So did his brother. They both married a woman named Betty. Yeah, they both were chain smokers and both suffered from migraines and both drove a blue Chevrolet.
And they both had a son named James Allen.
And they both worked as a deputy sheriff, and both of their sons' name was James Allen. At the age of 39, their paths finally crossed for the first time after Jim Lewis discovered the contact details of identical twin. It didn't take long for the similarities in their life stories to unravel. So that is irrevocable evidence, irrefutable evidence that it's two souls, one body.
That is...
Yep.
Dr. Bouchard said he was left flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted, which is a word you don't hear nearly enough anymore.
Yeah.
Flabbergasted is a fantastic, because I want to say, like, when you'd say now, like, oh, I was shocked. Really? Right. No, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was flummoxed.
I was flabbergasted, laying down in my vestibule.
Can you keep this page, but can you go to, is flabbergasted the only tense of flabbergasted?
You have flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted.
No, I don't think that's right. I was
so you're saying flabbergasted is the only word that you can only be flabbergasted.
Well, is that past tense? Or
I was flabbergasted to learn.
Oh,
I was flabbergasted to learn.
Not I was flabbergasted to learn. But you were flabbergasted to learn.
No, you are flabbergasted.
You were, not you were. I am flabbergasted to learn. Right? Because if you were flabbergasted to learn, weren't you flabbergasted? Because it's in the past. You were. Were is a past tense, right?
Yes.
So if you were flabbergasted, you are flabbergasted.
Exactly.
Flabber and gas?
That's what it is. Flabbergasted.
I can't read any of it.
Yeah, so how wild is that about twins? My father...
Oh, flabbergasting.
So you ready for this?
Yeah.
My father is a fraternal twin, not identical. His twin was a woman. Okay. Do you realize that my father, for 48 years of his life, had a woman that kind of looked like him on this planet? It's like wild when you think of my dad.
Kind of nuts.
But she passed away when they were 48 or 49 years old. And he said that when she was sick in the hospital, and he always felt like, that she was sick, sick, and it's sad to see your sister, your twin dying, whatever. But always felt like, sad, but like not like this insane feeling of dread. He said when she died, like, he found she died, I believe, in the middle of the night. But he said he woke up in the middle of the night with unbelievable dread. He said no pain, nothing, like just a sense of full dread, like where he was like, something's going on. He said that he actually called my mother's house and was like, is everything okay with Christopher? Because it was like the middle of the night. She was like, yeah, he's fine. He's sleeping. I was, a teenager. He was like, I'm having this unbelievable sense of dread. in the morning they call, your sister passed away. He
Wow.
said since that day, he now just knows how to live with it, but that sense of dread has never left his body.
Oh, wow.
But he said because of a twin. It's something with twins. He was like, something about me as a person died when my twin died, and I feel this dread because I think that there's a part of me that's genuinely dead. Like a part of my soul. Like he's like, I think there are cells in my body that
crazy.
just don't light up anymore because of that. And he's like, it's not that I'm sad, because of course I'm sad. I am sad. I don't want my siblings to die.
Right.
He's like, but it's not even like, oh, I can't go on. He goes, I'll admit there's days where I don't even think about her. But it's just dread. That it's like this weird feeling. I was like, wow. And that he started telling me about that. And then I started looking into twins and Googling stuff, and I found all these stories about these twins. Like there's one story I saw of like a twin who she just got up in the middle of a date, like out of nowhere, just got up in the middle of a date. She was like, I just have to leave right now. I have to leave, and didn't know what it was. And like it was like just a energy taking her to like where they lived, and her sister was like up in the bed choking on her own vomit or something like that, and she like saved her life. Like it's like this weird connections that twins have that like they can't really understand. And that's why in the Holocaust, a lot of these German scientists would experiment on twins. Like if you were twins, they did all types of like nasty experiments on you to try to figure out like telepathically and how to use see what's going on, like how you're connected without actually being connected. A lot of research for the CIA, because like when in the Iran hostage crisis, and I think it's 1972, when in the Olympics, Iranians and Americans were held hostage.
Yeah, Argo.
Yeah,
was that Argo? No.
Yeah, the U.S. government used telepathics to try to see what was going on, and psychic abilities and sets of twins to try to see and use their energy, try to see and get inside the room in Iran to like uncover negotiation tactics and what the hostages were saying or doing. And allegedly, that's what worked. Allegedly!
And Iran. That's wild.
Isn't it wild?
What about happens if one gets heavy?
If one twin's fat,
can you
one
Google
skinny?
that? One heavy twin?
What happens if your twin gets fat?
Because you don't normally see, or if both twins gain a lot of weight, like that's what should happen, really, right?
Yeah,
like,
you both. Yeah, if you're in sync.
Oh wow!
Look at one fat, one skinny twin.
Oh, whoa! I've never Googled this in my life.
This is funny. Fat twin, fit twin. They call it. Yeah, because I think, like, if you're twins out there, can you email the pod at heybabepod@gmail.com or Instagram, heybabepod?
Or write it in the comments on the vid.
Or write in the comments on the vid. If you're a twin, can you tell us about your experiences? Because
Yes.
I'd like to talk to, like, twins.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating. Like, do identical twins out there have this connection?
Can you mark that down so we know next time? Just like with the taste buds thing? Yeah, I'd love to. Tell us about your twin experiences, anything that's notable.
Man, because it is interesting for one twin to just get so morbidly obese and the other one not.
It's wild. Because she's got to look at her twin and be like, that's what I would look like if I was... And she looks at her like, that's what I would look like.
I think...
That's she's got to be 3 times the size of the other one.
Right.
That's crazy. I wonder what in their psychology is not in sync, where one of them could let themselves... be that undisciplined to get to that size weight.
Right.
Where the other, all things considered, we're saying they're so hyper the same. I wonder what could cause that.
I think what I'm seeing is the twin who got really heavy on the one side got very depressed because she didn't have access to Hey Babe, and the skinny fit twin was listening to Hey Babe every Thursday.
Yeah, she did.
And
She liked, followed, and subscribed. She followed No Press channel. She subscribed to No Press. She followed on Spotify, and she left a rating on iTunes.
And then she's got Skinny and Ripped.
And she said, this is a free, easy way that I can contribute to a podcast that I love that will help them. And that's what she did. And then the one on the right, who unfortunately lost her way, she probably didn't do any of those things.
Nope, she went on a Practical
She didn't
Jokers
give
cruise.
even 1 second of her.
True
Bill. We just talked about him on the pod naturally.
On the pod naturally, because it genuinely is a product that I swear to Christ I'd use whether or not they want to sponsor the show. I truly think it's an amazing invention.
True that, true it. Because true bill it, really. True it. Because honestly, this is one of those things that hits our desk, the desk of heybabe. It comes across the desk, and I say this is an invention that is filling a need.
Yes.
Because I've been there. If I've been there, you've been there.
Yeah. This is one that we definitely ain't bullshitting.
Yeah.
This one, genuinely, we both use it. It saved us money. What it is.
You sign up for stuff all the time. Oh, I got this subscription, that subscription. This game, this streaming service, this online, periodical, everything and anything that you sign up for, and you forget, and it's on automatic renewal, and you forget how to. You ever try to go cancel?
It's impossible.
It's like trying to find the wizard.
My gym, they told me I got to get a letter from my doctor.
You know what? Excuse my language, but to heck with them.
To heck with them. Instead, I said, "Oh, how about a letter from my? Here's my
doctor.
His name's Dr. Truebill."
Yeah.
That's
about
what
that?
it is.
How about
See you
that?
later.
Canceled.
Stupid.
I mean, we're living in a cancel culture. Truebill helps you cancel all these subscriptions.
Truebill's the canceled I want to be.
That's right.
Truebill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about.
Go on.
On average, people save up to $720 a year with
Cha-ching,
Truebill. Do you know how much
cha-ching.
Hey Babe merch you can buy with $720? You can get all the new items.
By the way, stop in the merch store.
Your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions, so you don't have to. There it is, right there. That shirt's only that's
just one of them.
It's about $25.
Yeah.
Cancel
Apple TV, pick up 2 T-shirts.
That's what it is. I love Truebill. Truebill has over 2 million users and has helped them save over $100 million. Like Matthew B says, we love Matthew B. He says, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my direct TV bill. I saved $120 for the year on my SiriusXM bill. Saved $840 a year on my car insurance. That shit's lit.
It is. And they don't want you to know who Matthew B is. I'm going to tell you right now, it's Matthew Brightman. Don't fail for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/heybabe. Go right now. Truebill.com/heybabe. It can save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/heybabe.
I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
Well, if there was only a service that would go to nationwide chains, local chains, and even pick up things like everyday items from the grocery store, then I would use that service right now to feed you and also get some toilet paper, milk, and bread.
Well, unfortunately, Sal, we're living in a world where there isn't that service.
There's not?
Is there?
I think there is now.
Wait a second.
It's called DoorDash, babe.
There's a service called DoorDash that'll get me anything I want. It'll get me anything from paper towels to cheeseburgers to almond milk.
Everything.
To escargot.
Everything you just said. Think about a restaurant clear across the other end of the island that you can't get to, but you want right now. DoorDash will have that food to you piping hot in under 30 minutes, or you own half the company.
I love the United States of America because they have DoorDash. I'm telling you, DoorDash has got over 300,000 partners. You can support your neighborhood go-tos. You can even get your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle's, and Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, God.
Ordering's easy.
I was going to read the Cheesecake Factory menu, but instead I read the Iliad.
Items, they say items will be left safely outside your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off. Well, I'll tell you what, DoorDash, I don't want them to be left outside because I love your service so much. I'll eat the delivery man.
Wow. Act now. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code HeyBabe. That's 25% off, up to 10 beans, and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code HeyBabe. Don't forget, that's code HeyBabe for 25% off your first order with DoorDash, subject to change, terms apply.
So yeah, it's interesting. Do you ever
Can we go back to the twin
were
things?
a twin or had a twin?
I always wonder what it would be like to have a brother. Never
Because you
did.
just got sisters.
But you don't have any.
I'm only child.
Right.
It's weird to be an only child.
Can you go back to the twin facts that you had?
You know, that's why I
What's
think
that
I
like?
have 2 kids, because I think I always felt like being an only child, growing up an only child, like how sad it was that I was like, I don't want my children.
Did you feel sad, or did you also just get all the attention?
No, but I always felt
Like DeRosa used to play in a ditch.
I always felt, I wish you would end up dead in a ditch. I always felt like embarrassed that I was an only child. Anytime I tell someone I'm an only child, I feel embarrassed by it because I feel like people always will say, "Oh, you must be spoiled. You must have had all the attention. Life must have been easy." All these things. I'm like, I almost never tell people I'm an only child.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there's been many times, even on stage, I've just made up the fact I have a sister.
Right.
But I don't because I've always felt it bad, and I felt like with my child, I had my first daughter, I was like, even though she has a half brother who she's very close with, I was like, I feel though like biologically, I would sit there and be like, I'm an only child because I grew up in the same house. My first cousin, lived with me in the same house on the bottom floor. So she was in effect like a sister.
Yeah.
But she had half brothers and sisters, so she really was an only child.
Okay.
If you have half brothers and sisters, you're not an only child.
So do you wish you had siblings?
Yeah. But I don't know. But people say, oh, if you wish you had siblings, you would wish you were an only child. I'm like, I don't know. Because being an only child, it's kind of like, it's almost like.
The thing is, like, all the hours spent indoors when you weren't allowed to see your friends, I was probably playing with my siblings.
Yeah.
I mean, my younger sister's way younger. I have a sister 3 years younger that we really kind of grew up kind of close step to each other. So all that time that we would, like, you just had that time to yourself.
Yeah, my mother would make me recite the state capitals and read stuff from the encyclopedia.
And that's why you know all that now.
That's why I know a lot of it.
See,
Yeah.
I don't know any of that because of my sister.
But you know a lot about women's fashion.
I do know a lot about women's fashion.
There you go.
You do.
You see, so it all works out. Speaking of women's fashion, you know what I really, 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 really want? I don't know why I've been thinking about it. A good raincoat.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding. For some reason, right before you said it, I thought of a couple things, and that was one of them. I don't know why.
What?
Oh, maybe are they wearing raincoats?
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought of it.
Are we identical twins?
Do you know I have 2 raincoats, and I almost bought a third?
But are they
Last
three-quarter
week?
length, 75% of the way down? Because that's what I want.
I do
I don't
have-
want a short one.
I
I don't
have-
want my ass sticking out.
I have one that's 3/4 length.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. I got a raincoat for you. I got something you're gonna love. I'll
So
tell
you're
you.
going to give it to me?
No, I know
You
one.
get it for me?
I know one that you will like.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you ever hear of the company called Rain?
No.
They make really cool rain
Only
jackets.
raincoats.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All different colors?
I have something from like a Pendleton. I have the classic. It's the wax material. It's like like wax cotton. It's in bags and coats. It's like wax.
Okay.
There's a wax in it. It's
Yeah,
like
I know what wax
it
is.
feels like it's soft, but it feels like wax.
Okay.
You definitely
I felt
know.
it before.
I have that as a yellow raincoat, 3/4 length. So it's even like the classic yellow.
Do you ever wear a yellow raincoat?
I do.
You've worn it out, no
It's
problem.
not like you're thinking. It's not like the old shiny raincoat.
You ever worn a raincoat not in the rain?
I did because I also have another North Face that's an all-weather raincoat that's not a 3/4 that can double as a jacket. When you need it.
Interesting. Yeah.
You want to get a raincoat. You want to get caught in the rain after that.
Yeah.
You want to.
And guess what I did? Guess what I finally did? You ready for this? I gave to the Salvation Army and different donation boxes around Staten Island that I could find 90% of my wardrobe away. Gone. Done. I got 4 pairs of Lululemon pants, a few of these Robe t-shirts. I swear to God, some of the Hey Babe merch. I got a couple of jackets. The rest, gone.
You did a purge.
I threw it in black garbage bags. And Sal,
You feel
don't miss
amazing.
a thing. I don't worry about a thing.
Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, yeah.
Gave it all away. I can't tell you how cathartic it is and how much walking into my closet and just not having a mess of things, and not even when things were nicely folded and looked all nice, just not seeing clutter, it opens up like my soul.
Free.
Like I feel like a different human being. I don't worry about anything. I'll take this shirt, I'll throw it right on the floor, and there's only a couple of items on the floor. I don't live with a mess.
I love it.
I don't have a mess. I must have given away, I'm not lying, I must have given away easily $10,000 worth of clothes I've accumulated over the course of, let's say, the last 5 years, which isn't really that much money. I mean,
Right.
$10,000 over 5 years is like, I mean, what are you fucking?
Yeah.
What are you spending? A couple of grand a year
Yeah.
on clothes? That's like a $20 a day or something.
Right.
Less.
So, how did you decide what would go and what wouldn't go?
The only things I kept were my Lululemon pants because and the reason why I like them so much is because they are durable and
versatile.
I can wear them to exercise or like there's you know what I've been doing lately is I've been going. I don't know why I've been doing
stage
on stage, but I've been exercising in the morning in these Lululemon pants, say, or these athleisure pants. I don't want to give them too much free promo. These athleisure pants, I would be exercising them.
Lulu, if you're watching and we know who you are, just throw us free merch here.
Give us the
Come
fucking
on.
ads.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. I'll shower at the gym and then put these pants back on and just bring one T-shirt. So I bring a small book bag, put just a T-shirt in there, keep the same pants because even when you sweat in these, they never smell and they never really get wet.
Moisture wicking.
They're moisture wicking. And I kept that and I kept a couple of these types of shirts like this that are, again, versatile. And
you don't feel like you need to go shopping for clothes. You just love the limited.
Yes.
It's like what we have now with streaming. There's too many options. You get flustered. You don't know what to do. You don't watch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I'm where you are. I have hundreds. I might have 500 T-shirts.
Yeah.
500. I'm not joking.
And do you ever feel like you want to get rid of them?
Yes.
But why don't you? What's your thought process?
It's weird. You know, like, I'll throw out ones I don't like, but if I still like it, I'm like, I'll rifle through it, or I don't want to like.
Are you about to sneeze?
I was going to sneeze almost.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah.
We're twins.
Yeah. Were you going to sneeze?
I felt that you were going to sneeze.
My heart would flurry.
That's what it is.
I don't want to lose, like, because I go up a little bit, one will get tight, but I'm like, I love that shirt, and I look forward to wearing it again when I go down and wait a little bit. Like, so I just kind of keep everything.
Yeah, see, I used to think like that, and I think that that's a fine way of thinking, but I'm just telling you.
I know.
Once I purged it, I just feel, I can't explain it to you.
Forget about it.
It's just because you don't really need actually anything. As a matter of fact, buying all these, like, clothes and having all these, wearing all these different outfits, like, to even the kings and queens of the old world would be like, why are you doing that? Like, you wear the same thing every week. Just wash it.
I know.
Like now people are like, oh, you wore that shirt Wednesday. Like if you said that to the king of France, if you said that to the Sun King, King Louis XIV,
right.
One of the highest nobles of fashion,
you're supposed to rewear
Versailles,
this.
they'd be like, yeah, why would I? What am I? It'd be like being in a new house every week to them. They'd be like, why would you do that?
Right.
You buy clothes, you wash them. What's wrong with that?
One time, Damon Dash was on Conan.
Okay.
And I remember.
Shout out Damon Dash.
Shout out Dame Dash.
Rockefeller,
I believe. Yeah, that's where he was. I don't know what he's doing now. And I remember he said to Conan, I've never worn the same thing twice. Mm-hmm. And Conan was like, what? And he goes, I own a clothing company. I don't need to. He goes, I wear something once and I donate it. He's like, I've never ever worn the same thing 2 times.
See, that I respect because he donates it.
I
understand that I understand that there's no point in it. I get it, how it might be.
Don't you like to break a shirt or a pair of pants in?
That I see, but I do like that he wears it and at least donates it.
Yeah.
I think that's noble of him. If he was just wearing it and be like, oh, I throw it away or I just leave it there, whatever. I mean, because there are people that throw away clothes.
I had to give mine away.
You got to give them one.
I'm always
Didn't
being
you say
told.
he had a friend who would take his clothes on the road with him and leave the suitcase there for, Joe Gatto?
Yeah.
And he would leave it for what, like the staff?
No, he would just he would just throw clothes away. He'd be like, it's probably I never see anything like it. He'd go like, this will be the last time I'm wearing this tonight. And then I'm like, what? And then like we would get off stage.
Leave it in the
We'd get
hotel.
off stage and he would take it off and put it in the garbage.
He would just throw
Or he'd throw it into the crowd or something.
just be shirtless.
Yeah, he'd just be like, I don't want these anymore. And he just leave clothes. Like he just was like, he actually wears clothes to a point and then says, I don't want these clothes anymore. And then he gets me. I wear clothes until they either fall apart, don't fit, or go out of fashion.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to take my clothes that fit and be like, I'm throwing this away.
Yeah, I feel like, well, Pimp, you're a fashionista. What do you feel about clothes? Do you care about them?
No,
You like to dress nice.
yeah, but they just disappear after a few years.
Yeah.
So is your apartment? Because by the way, I went to Pimp's apartment. I saw Casa De Homeless Pimp.
Okay.
Great place.
By
Very
the way,
cool and wonky.
hold on, everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, can we even call him Homeless Pimp anymore?
he has a home.
He's Home Pimp.
He's Home Pimp. I went to Home Pimp.
You were inside.
Yes. I was inside Home Pimp's house. See, that's his apartment. I was sitting on this little pink couch. Am I starting to look a little beefy, Sal?
In a good way.
Same shirt.
Yeah. Oh, you ever all of a sudden an article of clothing you love is missing and you'll never see it again ever and you don't know where it went? That happened to me like in my life, like with like a couple dozen things. Like I have a shirt I wore all the time. I'll see it one time in a photo. I'll go, oh, I've never given that shirt away. I don't know where that shirt is. That shirt is gone.
Gone.
That never happened to you?
No.
But you had a shirt or a pair of pants or article of clothing, and then one day you couldn't find it and you never found it again. You never lost clothes or something?
Not that I can recall.
All right.
I can't recall. But
it's fascinating.
What I will tell you though is if the people, someone listening out there, if you feel like I'm telling you, if you've tried everything to relieve stress, to just feel like, if you got that feeling where like the world's caving in on me, blah, 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 and you tried everything else, try to get rid of your clothes and live in a not messy, fully minimalist house lifestyle.
Necessity only with clothes.
Yeah,
like two pairs of pants, a pair of shorts, a dress shirt, or whatever the hell it is.
James Altucher. Do you know James Altucher? This podcast sponsored by 2 words:
BetterHelp.
I love it. Because you know what it is, babe, is there's some times where like I just have a lot on my mind. I feel stressed out. I feel burnt out. I don't know where to turn. I'm like
24/7, 365.
That's what I like about BetterHelp. I don't have to wait for the office to open. The office is always open.
That's
at
right.
BetterHelp.
You're right.
Which is what I like.
It's virtual, online,
all the time.
You get connected with a therapist online, virtually, in under 2 days, 48 hours, and you could speak to them. You don't have to leave your house to go to therapy. You don't even have to turn on your camera.
Do you know how many
times
want to?
You don't have to.
Do you know how many times I've literally gotten problems off my chest to my counselor that have helped me so much in my life, and I've been butt naked while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Butt naked. I got my open butthole on my couch, and I'm purging my emotions, and it's helpful and beneficial, and I have my camera off, and the therapist, guidance counselor, has no idea. Even though I'm telling him I'm butt naked, he says, do what makes you feel comfortable.
Right, and that's what
BetterHelp's about.
And you can never get that anywhere else.
Now, if you guys want a discount, which I know that you do, because we all do, go to betterhelp.com/heybabe. That's HELP.com/heybabe. Going to get 10% off the first month. Sunglasses season is here, and let me tell you, babe, there's no better option than our friends at Shady Rays. There ain't nothing shady about Shady Rays, independent sunglass company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've ever freaking worn, okay? Durable frames, extremely clear, polarized lenses. They got polarized lenses, not polarized political opinions, which I like. They're great for outdoor adventures. If you don't love them, you can exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. So there's genuinely no risk for you at all. You return them for free if you don't like them. That's no risk at all when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has you back. And they've donated over 20 million meals to fight hunger in America, which I love. This, I'm telling you, and they're dope. This sunglass company, this is it for you. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code HeyBabe for 50% off, plus 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. That's shadyrays.com, SHADYRAYS.com, code HeyBabe, HEYBABE, 50% off plus 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. James Altucher. Do you know James Altucher? He's a co-owner of Stand Up New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
If you look him up, I think he was like Tony Robbins, like finance guy. He was like one of the first millionaires off Bitcoin.
Is he the guy that said something about New York
York's
City
dead and the beef and Seinfeld?
Yeah.
So he told me once the happiest he ever was in his life. Okay, now this guy is at one point was worth $55 million. Okay, more probably. He said the happiest he was in his life is when he was living what he would do with his family, with his wife and 2 kids, rather than, and now this is extreme, but just show you, rather than.
So is Mountain Dew.
So is Mountain, yeah.
Shout out Mountain Dew.
Shout out Mountain Dew. Rather than living in like this over-cluttered house and getting furniture, what he would do is live in an Airbnb for 3 months in the same area because he wanted his kids to go to the same school. Each one of them, he'd live in the Airbnb, so he's not buying any furniture. He's using other people's furniture that was already furnished, Airbnb. Live normally. He had money, so he'd get a house, a 5-bedroom house or whatever it may be. Each member of his family, him, his wife, and I believe he had 3 kids, would each be allowed a suitcase full of clothing, okay? That's what they had for their life is a suitcase full of, they were all properly well fed and go on vacations and live normally, except they're not buying any stuff for the house furniture. So they're not over consuming. They're just living with what's there. And the suitcase, and if they wanted a new article of clothing, they were allowed to buy them at will. However, they would have to remove an article of clothing from the suitcase.
Okay.
So you could buy something.
1-for-1 exchange.
But it would need to be replaced. And he said that was by far, the happiest his family ever was. As soon as they stopped living that lifestyle,
and
divorced.
you have options in front of you.
Divorced.
Really?
Divorce done. Broken up.
So that's the secret to a happy marriage, a suitcase full of clothes.
Suitcase full of clothes. You got to live like you're about to get thrown out.
Do you know that this is true, I have lost clothing. I'm thinking of one shirt in particular right now, right? But I've lost clothing. And do you know that I spend time in my life thinking about where it may be and the life it has now? I think about a shirt that I lost. It was a maroon shirt. It was like velour with white and gray stripes on both arms with a V-neck. And this is only one of dozens. And I've spent time in my life being like, where could I have lost it? And what was the journey? Like it's Fievel, like in An American Tale. Like it just went on a journey after me, the shirt. And somebody found it at somebody's house, and maybe they donated, or somebody just said, I'm taking this, and they wore it. And where that shirt went in its travels and what it saw after it left my body. I think about that.
You think about that.
Yeah. Is that weird?
No, it is, because you do feel.
It's weird.
You don't.
Is that weird? I like daydream about the shirt on somebody else, like in a riverboat somewhere, and like, I don't know. I just like what has this thing seen after me? Whose life is it a part of now?
You do face some.
Who
sort
took
of,
it?
No, because you do have a connection with clothes. Like Jasmine, we were in Puerto Rico at El Morro in San Juan, the fort.
Yeah.
She came out. It says all over. It says all over this fort. Watch out for loose articles of clothing that she, especially hats, that will blow off your head. She goes up there with the Coachella hat, goes up for a picture. When minor gust of wind blows the hat right off the fort, right into the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
I think about where that hat is
Yeah.
in the
It's
Atlantic
somewhere.
Ocean. I think about that weekly.
Yeah. And most likely,
And I never even put that hat on my head.
right. Most likely, it's not in the same spot. It's probably always on the move, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's a hat. I mean, the current's got to be taking that thing. It has to eventually wash up somewhere.
Well, I told you the story. I know I sent it to the voice. I know I said it on the pod when I was in Seattle and I saw that homeless guy push that guy off his bike and then take the bike, and he rode past me. He was wearing a heybabe shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it was one of those things where I thought, is that my imagination? How could this be real? But it's like, no,
is
somebody
so
must have,
funny.
somebody from Seattle or whatever that must have just somehow, and they discarded our merch immediately and gave it to a homeless shelter.
That is the funniest.
Wound
thing.
up on a criminal.
And you saw the guy.
I saw it. I sent you a note immediately.
Which shirt was it?
The Hey Babe one of me and you that we sold it in
Punxsutawney? Charlton?
Where did we sell it? Uniontown. No, not Uniontown.
Royersford. You saw that on. Did you lose your mind?
Lost my mind. I was like, am I in edibles?
Right.
But I know what I saw.
Okay. You know what I think might feel as good as what you just said? You know what I think might lift my spirits and free me?
Sorry, there's a ghost
I don't know if you're
opening
trying
hummus in the back.
Do you know what I think would be amazing? Did you ever daydream about getting down to 0 emails?
Buddy, let me tell you something. For me,
I heard they call it something like.
How many emails do you have unopened right now? If you had to guess, open your phone and tell me the real number right now. Place your bets. Who has more unopened emails right now on their phone? Me or Sal? I'm going to tell you the real number, and then you're going to tell.
So wait, how do you know what's unopened and what's not unopened?
Like the thing, it'll say there's a number right now. I'm looking at
like that.
No. Look, put your app. Go to just where the app is.
Mailboxes.
No, but go to the home screen.
Oh, like that. No,
yes.
I take that off.
You don't have that on.
I can't live like that.
Okay, so go to
all. I do it for text, but I don't do the little red number.
Let me see if
because the red number will be thousands every day.
Yes, all inboxes, and go to all inboxes. The same number.
Do you want me to add them up?
No, just go to all inboxes at the top. That should be the.
Got
your
it.
Number.
Okay.
What's yours?
21,293.
50,374.
You're kidding me. Where? Oh my God. Dude, I thought I was drowning in emails. You have 1.5 times the emails.
50,374. One of them's from the New York City Ferry. There's a service advisory all rounds for Independence Day.
What? Why do you have no? But
Then
you know
I have
what
one
I did?
from New York Mets. Help send our Mets to L.A. This team can't afford to go to their own games against the Dodgers.
You have to unsubscribe to a lot of stuff. That's how I help myself, because they'll send you 20 emails a week from a place. I went on an unsubscribing spree. It was like Jim Carrey in fucking in Truth or what's his name? Tell the Truth, Truth Liar. Where he's just like telling her. I just went nuts. I was like, you know what I did? What's that thing that helps you unsubscribe from everything? Truebill. I Truebilled them. I went through and I unsubscribed.
So should I go put my emails in Truebill and unsubscribe?
I don't know
from
about that. That seems like it's back. That's not gonna work.
See, I don't care about the email. I don't care about the emails. The texts I can't handle. The texts I have to open up all my texts.
What do you think? Do you think that you could delete in one swoop the 50,000 and then see the reason you can't do it, and once it gets too far, right? There are emails I need as reference points for things that to contain information, or that I just want for nostalgia purposes.
Sal,
although that's small, so I can't go through and just delete them all, because then I'm deleting history. I have emails for 20 years in here. You know what I mean? But maybe not. But you know what I mean? You can't just delete them all. So what are we to do? I read there's blogs and websites that will help you get down to like you did with the clothes, to like a few emails only.
I'm telling you, ever since I threw out 90% of my wardrobe, I don't even care. If you told me there's an email in there from, Steven Spielberg that I'm going to be in the next Jurassic Park.
F it.
And I deleted it. And all I had to do was reply yes to this email, and I would be the new Chris, whatever the hell his name is. Who's the lead of Jurassic Park? Pratt.
Yeah.
I would, if you said, but it could be in there, it could not be, but if you delete them, you'll never know, I would just delete them and never know or never care.
So right now,
because I'd be like, I'll just get in the next thing.
Would you go in and just on a mailbox and just hit swipe and delete thousands in one shot?
But can you even do that?
I don't know.
I don't even think you can do that. If there was a button to do that, I'd do that.
I can't, because I live in fear.
Sal.
So I would hate the fact that I erased something that one day could come back to bite me in the ass.
Sal, I'm telling you, what I did was I went into that goddamn closet. I got 5 black garbage bags. That's what I thought I need. 20 black garbage bags later, I felt like a new person. I was just throwing shit in. The only things I kept were the athleisure stuff and stuff that my daughters got me, dad's shirts on Father's Day, or things like that. We bought this on a trip, little mementos. But even that, I was able to fit in, a relatively small box, and I just put it in the basement.
Yeah.
So
Which
I
is
have
so
a place
funny,
for that.
because what is even that for? I'm saying I get attached to stuff. I usually do this purge as an exercise, maybe once a year, and it's maybe 2 or 3 bags, but it's nowhere near the dent of what I would throw away if I could do that. I can imagine how liberating it is.
So liberating. And the stuff, even holding on to the stuff, the mementos like that, is just in case, my kid wants to talk about. When my kids are 18, if they're like that, throw away the Father's Day shirts, I'll fucking throw them right off the Verrazano Bridge.
Right off.
I just don't care.
You won't care.
But
stop in traffic.
You don't understand. There's shirts that I bought 2 weeks ago. Remember the shirts that I said I bought with Emilio that were $300, and I hate the way they look, I hate the way they feel? Right in the bag. I gave them to a kid in the Salvation Army.
Right.
There's
someone robbing someone's bike wearing that shirt right now.
Wearing that shirt right now. I don't care at all. The socks, the underwear, I threw it away. Not throw it away. I gave it to someone that needs it more than me.
Right. I should do a whole pass.
Do it.
Yeah.
It only took an hour. I was sweating.
That would take me a weekend.
Because it would take you a weekend, because you're close to things. You're making.
So I'm saying, I'll look at a shirt and remember all the good times I had with it, and then I'll put it in a pile. Right? I could be like, this is how I do it. I go, no way. I know I could give this away. This pile. There's
anything
no way.
I didn't wear in 3 weeks, gone.
I know that's.
I didn't wear
tough.
it in 3 weeks, gone.
That's tough.
Gone. Out the window.
That's amazing. It's probably the right thing to do, but it's tough. I have shirts. My oldest shirt is from June 1989.
That you still actively wear?
No. But it was the first concert I went to, and so I saved it.
But don't throw that out. Why don't you put that in a frame?
Yeah, I'm going to actually
put that in a frame.
It's a Poison t-shirt, and I just met Bret Michaels, and I'm going to have him sign it and put it in a frame.
Have him sign.
So.
Imagine he says no.
He better say yes.
Pete Alonso, the first baseman.
If you're watching, we know you are Bret Michaels.
You better sign it, or I'm going to give you some sweet chin music. Or that's Shawn Michaels.
That's Shawn Michaels.
It'd be funny if Brett Michaels gave you Sweet Chin Music.
Pete Alonso?
Pete Alonso, the
Yeah.
first baseman of the New York Mets, gave me a bathrobe, and he signed it, okay? And he signed it, and my family, my daughter loves robes, has been wearing this Pete Alonso bathrobe, and then because she saw Pete Alonso's name signed on it, she thought I did that, and it was a bathrobe she could make.
Of
She
course.
drew pictures all over it with the
Yeah.
marker. So now I can't even sell the Pete Alonso signed bathrobe if he goes to the Hall of Fame for real money.
Yeah, but you can with
Actually,
a
maybe
story.
I can because my daughter's going to have to get real famous. She's going to have to be the next Nelson Rockwell.
Nelson Rockwell?
What is it? The Rockwell paintings that we talked about in the beginning of the
is
show?
it Nelson?
Didn't you say it's Nelson Rockefeller?
No.
Norman Rockwell.
Norman. I'm out of it. Look, here's what I do. I know I want to give this away. No way I'm keeping it. And then there's the middle pile. And the middle pile, I look at it and I say...
That's the biggest pile.
I say, oh, man, this was with me when I saw this concert. Or, oh, I remember where I wore this on this vacation. Or, hey, you know what? I lose 5 pounds, that's going to fit great again, or whatever it is. And then I go, or someone gave me this, like this was a gift from my mom, whatever. And I put it in that pile, and then I get attached to that shit, and I can't get rid of it. Do you delete text? Because I'm effed in the text department.
Depends
I'm
who's texting.
What?
Just kidding.
What'd you say?
I said depends who's texting. And I looked
No.
deeply into the camera.
Do you remember when we had like the flips? You used to delete them. You had only a certain amount of room.
You had to delete
Now
them.
you go from phone to phone. You port them all over, and now again I use them as a reference point. So like if I had to like, oh, I haven't seen this guy, I'll scroll back 3 years and be like, or look his name up, or and then look at the text, and I go to the text. I've gotten text has saved my ass. Old text. I had construction being done, and I asked them to do a certain thing, and it was as black and white as possible. I laid it all out. I told them why I wanted it to be this way, everything I could think of, right? So here comes the day they're doing the construction. Something tells me to just go over there and double check everything, because they started and they were like 20% into the job. Would you know that everything I told them, they got it wrong. They ordered the wrong things that I needed. And I was like, what are you doing? This isn't what I ordered. And they're like, yes, it is. And I went back like 6-8 months ago to a thing, and I pulled up the exchange between me and that person. And I was like, look at this. If I would have deleted that text, I would have been done.
What did they say when you showed them the text?
They were like, you are 100% right. I am sorry, and I will fix it immediately.
Isn't it great when people do that? When people just...
I give them all the credit in the world.
How great is that? Because so many people just won't do that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, if you prove
But he
me
may
wrong,
not
just
have if
be
I didn't
wrong.
have that text.
Yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah.
He definitely wouldn't have.
But I give all the credit in the world. He was like, you're right, I'm wrong, it'll be fixed immediately. So that was nice.
And he fixed it.
Yes.
Great.
And it was to the tune of it would have been thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that it would have cost me.
That you got back because you saved the text.
Save the text.
Well, yeah, saving text is fine.
But at one point, like, I've been saving them now. What's the last date of your first text? What's the oldest text you have in here?
Oldest text. Okay.
My oldest text is, I remember this. It's when I switched from Android to iPhone.
Okay.
I was at the Netflix, is it not the Netflix is a joke. What was the one they were doing, the San Francisco Comedy Festival every year? The big one. It was in San Francisco. Clusterfest. I was at the Clusterfest festival in July 3rd, 2017, and my phone...
You still have the same phone from 2017?
No. It was when I switched... My phone broke on that trip, and I needed a phone. So in San Fran, I went to the store, and I said, I'm switching to an iPhone. I had Android my whole life up to that. And I switched to iPhone, and that is when I got my first iPhone, and I've had iPhone ever since. So the text, I've never erased text since that day.
Oh, you get that. Like, when I get a new phone, my text... How do you get your text over to your old phone?
Very, very simple. You just check the text, and it'll port over.
Really?
Just like you save emails, apps, or any information.
My last text, my first text from this phone is from June 28th, 2021.
No, because you just didn't check the box to port it over.
So I have, but it's because my old phone wouldn't turn on.
Like iCloud, you back it up.
Yeah, but my old phone wouldn't even turn on.
But I think if your old phone had that checked, it would be backing up to the cloud all the time. So that when you got a new phone, you'd have everything from when that phone died, which kind of would be everything. Because once that phone died, you weren't getting text.
But if it's not on your phone, can it still be on the iCloud? Like, can my text still be on the iCloud even though they're not on my phone?
Yes.
That's
if you were backing them up.
And how would I be backing them up?
I guess via iCloud.
It doesn't automatically do it.
If it's checked, it does.
What do you mean checked?
In other words, if you said to your phone every night, back up all my shit to the cloud, it will do that automatically every night, no matter what.
But I had to press a button on my phone for that to be done.
I believe you have to choose that or make sure it's chosen. It might be on or off. I don't know. But then when you get that phone, everything, well, you got all your emails, right? You got all your apps. You got all your contacts. It's just like the contacts. Same exact thing.
The very first text from this phone on June 28th, 2021 said, "Hey, brother, if you're in NYC, would love for you to be a guest on my podcast, Hey Babe, next week. If you have time and are interested. If not, all good, stay well." Who was that to? Fat Joe.
No.
There was zero response.
Wow, Joe, what are you doing?
You're going to text me right now, just checking back in on this text.
Mine was June 28th, 2017, and it was trying to get my family together to hang out.
Did they hang out?
Yes. We hung out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Let me get the next one. Oh, the next one is
Anything juicy?
the next one is a comedian group chat.
That I'm not a part of.
One number is gone, so I don't know who that number is anymore. But it was
Are they gone but not forgotten, or they are forgotten?
They're forgotten. It was with Roy Wood, Colin Joe, Steve Byrne, and an unidentified number.
That's a fun group chat.
I don't
That's
know.
a really fun group
It's
chat.
a fun chat. Unidentified's fun. Look.
But
look
speaking
at
of
this. The third one in. Might be fun. Gino from Gino's Cheesesteaks in Philly.
Wow. What'd he say?
He texted me, "Hey Sal, what's up? Just got down to the shore, turned on TV, and there you are shouting out bingo on TV. It was so funny. How are things? Hope to see you soon. Let's chat. Take care, Gino."
What'd you respond?
"Hey buddy, hope you're well. I'm okay. Same old, just busy with work and on the road a lot. Planning a vacation, which can't come soon enough. How are you?"
How are you?
What'd he say?
What'd he say?
"Hey buddy, work has been crazy. I opened a new retail store that has taken every ounce of me. I know the feeling of needing vacation. I was in LA for 2 days, flying home now. Hope to see you soon in Philly or catch up soon. Give me a call." Next one, Theo Vaughn.
Wow.
Theo Vaughn, Adam Ray, and Chris Millhouse.
You're on a lot of comedian group texts.
I was doing a show at the House of Blues. And
What city?
this was House of Blues, I think it was San Diego.
House of Blues, Cleveland. I saw Hanson perform Bop when they were in their late 20s. And I was in Cleveland, cross street at Hilarities.
You saw them?
I saw them perform Bop.
I'm going to tell you where this is. House of Blues. And they came and they were on the show.
They killed.
They killed, yeah. They killed. That was before, I guess.
What year is this?
This was 2017.
What a good year 2017 was.
I think it was. I said this before. I think it was my best year.
Best year of your life.
It was one of my best years. 2019, 2017 was.
So you were.
Oh, House of Blues, Boston? No, I don't know. I think it was in San Diego. House of Blues.
2017. You were 40.
Yeah. Until November. So at this point, I was exactly 40.
40. That's good. I feel like people like their 40s the best.
Look who was on this show.
Let's see.
Millhouse hosted. Then it was Adam Ray, Theo Vaughn, and Tommy Johnigan, and me.
That's a good show.
Tommy Johnigan he doesn't do comedy, I don't think, anymore that much.
He doesn't do stand-up anymore? What does he do? Just write?
I know he's writing for TV.
He's a big writer.
Big writer for TV, has a pod. Shout out Tommy Johnigan.
He's
if
a
you're
great
watching.
stand-up, Tommy Johnigan.
He was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think he is so damn funny. I was so happy to make friends with him and that he came on.
Do you think you could ever stop or ever will stop doing stand-up? Could you see a world where you just don't do it anymore?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I just feel like even if I'm not doing it how we do it now, there's no way I won't get up every few weeks and just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, there's no
Just it's fun. Go
there's
in
no
there.
especially when I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do the road like this anymore. But I'm home. Maybe I'm retired. Maybe I'm like, just maybe I'm working on something. But I'm just going for fun to the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could picture still doing it a couple nights a week, especially if I'm like retired. I would want to do it 2 or 3 nights a week.
Speaking of retiring and comedy clubs, I know this has nothing to do with anything, but that's what the show is. Have you ever been to the restaurant Bellatos in New York City on Houston Street?
Emilio's Bellato?
Emilio's Bellatos.
Babe, have I been there? I'm on the wall, babe. I'm on the wall, babe. And I signed the wall.
Where's your picture on the wall?
It's if you walk in, it's how it's long.
Yeah.
There's the first front seating, and then there's back seating.
Yeah.
There's another place in the back. It's in the front on the right, about 3/4 of the way back.
I've been going to that restaurant every week. I love.
How did you find out
Balato's.
about this?
My friend, one of my neighbors who I live with on Staten Island, was born and raised in Little Italy, knew about Balato's for years.
In
He
the
knew
middle
about
of
it for
Little
years.
Italy, little did we know he's got two middlemen who didn't do diddly. That's twins. That's Fat Joe and Big Pun.
There you go.
Deep in, yeah.
Balato's, he told me about it. I went in there, balls blown off, best chicken cutlet
Chicken
I've ever
cutlet
had
palm.
in my life.
Chicken
The
cutlet palm.
chef who I know, Anthony, great kid, handsome devil, jacked, works out at the gym down the street on Mulberry Street called NYC Gym. Great gym. It is the best
great.
food, I think, personally. Italian sit-down style red sauce place in New York City. Personally, that's my. I want to say that. I personally think that.
It's in the conversation, and it's a place that I always refer people to when they want a restaurant, or especially Italian one, and they don't want like the same old, like the ones everyone knows. Not that Emilio's it doesn't have a name for itself, but you say something like
Carbone or something.
Yeah, exactly like
Yeah.
that. Or what's the other one? Anyway, there's a handful of them. The first time I ever went, my now manager, we had one of our first meetings there.
What year? 2017?
No, it was like 10 years ago.
You've been going to Balato's for years.
He introduced me to it.
You went to way before people knew about it.
I don't know if they knew
Well,
about it.
everybody's known about it for a while.
He said, "Look," he goes, "I'll take you to my favorite Italian spot. It's great." He's like, "It's like people talk about Rayo's. This place is like you can get into it, and it's just as good."
Right.
And he took me there, and we loved it, and I've been going there for 10 years.
Tell me how often. When's the last time you've been to Balato's?
The last time I've been at Balato's, I want to say it has probably it was before pandemic.
This Wednesday, do you want to go with me? At 9:00?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. You want to go?
I actually may
Because I'm headlining New York Comedy Club.
be able to.
I'm doing like a new it's called I Have Nothing, where it's just like me trying to work out my new hour. It's like a little residency. And every Wednesday, I'm going to be doing the show at 7.
You have a new hour already?
No. It's called I Have Nothing because it's I Have Nothing.
Oh,
so
meaning what workout even any part of what will be the new hour.
Exactly.
Not an hour of material.
It's $5 for the
Sure.
people to get in, and it's just like I'm working the show. I need a place to run the hour. This is the place.
I love it.
7
I was
o'clock
telling
start.
Emilio I'd like to do that.
8:30 end. Reservations Balato's 9. You want to come?
Yes. So
You don't have to.
no.
commit.
So I'm going to the Yankee game at 1.
Okay.
You can't go to that, right?
I can't go. Yeah.
So I'm going to the Yankee game at
told Ari.
1. I'm not looking to tie one on there. I think everybody else is probably going to be, but that'll be over by 4:30.
4:30.
And then I have to understand if I'm coming back here or if that crowd is moving into the city. And if I find myself in the city after that game, I will take you up on that.
Balato's.
Yeah,
We're gonna go. We're gonna do it.
I will take you up on it.
So guys, if you want to hang out me and Sal, Wednesday, June 29th, we're at Balato's. Restaurant will be there at 9:00. This has been Hey Babe.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey, babe.